Yo, welcome to Star Enlightenment channel. This is not necessarily going to be a long video. I'm sorry for y'all looking at my decrepit wall, but this video is going to be about um, Tantra, and basically me being a teacher at Tantra, going over the just overall basics of Tantra. So not only you get a gist and a full understanding of what it is, but also have a certain pathway or a little know-how of how to go about it in your own life, right? So we're gonna make this brief, but I'm gonna make this quick too at the same time and make it, understandable. So basically getting into it, the first thing is understanding sexual transmutation, right? The concept. Let me get closer so you can hear me. The concept of sexual transmutation, right? And what is that? So the concept of sexual transmutation is understanding what transmutation is. That's one energy transformed into another energy, or one energy being put into another area, or one energy being turned into a different form. It's basically a sense of alchemy. But that's what transmutation is. And since we talk about sexual transmutation, we know this is transmutation of the sexual energy. So we know this is putting uh, our raw sexual energy into either some type of creative path, some type of higher purpose, some type of spiritual purpose, some type of creative purpose. I think I already said that. Some type of work, drive, career, whatever goals you have. It could be physical energy as far as you exercising and putting that into other. You see what I'm saying? So this is just the transforming of one energy to another. That's what sexual transmutation is. Now, understanding the next thing is this: understand that your sexual energy, your creative energy, and your spiritual energy are all one and the same. So a person with more sexual energy a lot of times is going to have more creative energy. A person with more creative energy a lot of times has more spiritual energy. Now there's different types of spiritual energies in the sense of that we as spirits utilize as energy, but this is all correlated in some shape or form or another. And this is why some people, when they go abstinent, are certain that some of the greatest painters, some of the greatest hold on one second, excuse my leg, people who have been some of the greatest painters, artists, music people, producers, creators, all kind of stuff, people who invented stuff, all kind of stuff, was in situations a lot of times where they was abstinent or they practiced some type of sexual transmutation. Now, I'm not saying that you have to in order to be great, because some people can already have bigger creative orbs than others, have bigger creative chakras than others. You see what I'm saying? And so they don't need as much. They might not need to do this and the third, but it's not about a need. It's just more of about understanding your energies. So these things can boost or enhance what you already have, or can give you or aid you in what you may lack in the first place. But so that's understanding that. The next is understanding that this is organ energy, right? And how it works. So how does organ energy work? Organ energy is a part of your sexual energy, but really it's just all the energies dealing with your life force. So we have life force. So when you talk about the root chakra, that's usually sexual energy. This is our most primal, raw, but also lowest form of life force, and not lower than low and high being better than. It's just understanding energy at its source. So understanding that sexual energy itself, libido, sexual energy, sperm, fertility, all that libido, all of that is um what you would call that red shift. That is a form of organ energy. Another organ energy is your creative energy. Another organ energy is your emotions and feelings. You see what I'm saying? Another organ energy, believe it or not, is like your overall health. That's that overall green spectrum as far as just your ability to nurture, to have nutrition, vitamins, to be healthy, good health, all that stuff in general. That's the green organ energy. That's the health organ energy. Um, our ability to communicate to an extent is actually a form is a mini form of organ energy as well. Our ability to communicate and relate with others, yes, that's like a light blue spectrum. Our ability to imagine, which is also, this is a technical part of our creative energy too. But just going in further, that's also your ability to imagine and have a sense of creativity. Um, that would be what you would consider that the ability to be creative in general, or just to have certain ideas that's creative. That would be more so like the dark blue. This is why people use crystals like lapis lazuli, because it's dark blue. Anything dealing with dark blue, royal blue, that's like the third eye energy. That's like creative itself. So your ability to emanate an image in your head. So it's a part of imagination, but it's just the image, just the spark of the fire in general. AKA, you just coming up with different ideas that may be far. Oh, that's creative. You see what I'm saying? That another person may not have. That's third eye energy. That's what I'm talking about now. That dark blue energy. Now, once you start getting into astral projection or just astral, let's say astral travel, or just imagination that like fantasy like imagination, like aka imagination, not imagination where you just have an idea or have an imagination as far as an idea of something, or have some a creative idea in your head. This is the type of the purple spectrum, the crown chakra. This is the type of imagination where you do that, but you like picture yourself in it and you moving in it. So this is, so the best way to say it is, this is fluid imagination. Also tie anything that deals with do with imagination, but fluid imagination, not just the image, the emanation, aka the picture, because this is where movies come from and all that stuff, motion picture and all that stuff. That you first you emanate an image, you have an idea, that idea is not moving yet, you not have no vibration to it. It's just an idea, a thought. That's like you thinking. That's like you imagining a pretty purple castle right now. That was the idea. Now you're not imagining yourself in it or moving around in it or doing stuff in that world or doing stuff around the castle or in the castle. You're not imagining yourself doing that and adding movement to it. You just had the image. That's the third eye. That's the dark blue, royal blue type chakra. That's that organ energy. Once you start moving in that image or adding motion to that image, aka a sense of vibration, aka making that imagination fluid, aka making it like just like a, like call them like a movie, a motion picture. You no longer just have the picture no more. Like somebody just gave you a picture of something. That's a picture. The picture not moving. That's the image. That's the creative though. That's the creation. Then once you start moving that image, you make it a movie. That's motion picture now. That's fluid imagination. That's where astral travel comes into. This how you have astral travel and all that. This dealing with the purple energy or the magenta or the purple energy. You could say purple or pink because those are both derivatives of each other to an extent. That's that energy. That's that crown chakra energy. And then the last one I'm gonna talk about that's most important is gonna be after that. It comes the clear. Like, I don't know if you ever into crystals, but if you ever look at clear quartz, anything that's clear, you can call it clear, you can call it pearl, you can call it you can call it white, you can call it, you see what I'm saying? Light itself, you can call it white, pearl, clear, see through, whatever you want to call it. But that is the chakra that's above that, and that is the chakra that deals with your meditation in general. So this is the chakra of clairvoyance, aka this is no thought and feeling. This is when you close your eyes and you truly meditate, which is you not imagining nothing, you're not thinking about nothing. You trying your hardest not to think about nothing, not to imagine nothing. You're not trying to be in your emotions and feelings. Now you're gonna have thoughts, but you're trying the best to force these things away and to just be in a state of purity, because this is purity. Nothing in your waters, nothing tainting your waters. This is pure water. You see what I'm saying? And this is the state you want to be in. This is the state of clarity, clairvoyance, for you to be tapped in. This is how you receive messages from the universe and all that stuff, or what you want to call God, the overall source of your overall spirit. This is how you get tapped in. This is how you have a sense of clairvoyance. Sometimes it turns into intuition, but this is definitely how you have a sense of, like I said, clairvoyance and clarity, because it's dealing with, that's what dealing with the clear energy, clarity, clear, clairvoyance, clear. You see what I'm saying? And from that being said, let's move on, right? So that was important, but let me move on. Understanding the chakras. So that's understanding the chakras and energy centers and dealing the colors with them. You see what I'm saying? Um, and then understanding ways to transmute your sexual energy. So ways to transmute your sexual energy. You can, anytime you jump into any of these chakras, that's a form of transmutation. Anytime you jump into a chakra that's not necessarily the root chakra, although don't get it effed up, you can transmute energy through the root chakra too. But just in general, when you talk about transmutation, you put that energy into other areas. Anytime you jump into any other chakra besides the root chakra, that's like a sense of transmutation. So anytime you jump into your creativity, that's a sense of transmutation. Anytime you jump into your emotions and feelings and you dive into that world, that's the yin world. That's the, that's that's the sense of transmutation, because you in another chakra, you giving energy to another chakra. Anytime you like deep communicating and finding ways to relate or have better thinking and analyzing about a situation, you in the throat chakra. Anytime you have you being creative and coming up with creative ideas, or just your creativity and your imagination in general, that's your third eye. Anytime you actually astral traveling or just having fluid imagination, aka adding movement to the imagination, or picturing yourself moving in that imagination, closing your eyes and actually having fluid imagination, not just regular having a thought and idea, but actually moving in it, aka fluid imagination or astral travel. That's like the crown chakra. Anytime you're in the sense of meditation, aka clairvoyance or clarity, and you're not having no thought or feeling or emotion, then that's letting you know you're in a situation where you're in that spectrum. You're in that clear chakra, the clear chakra, the clear quartz chakra. You see what I'm saying? AKA your meditative your chakra, when you tap into just the spirit itself. You see what I'm saying? And that's understanding how to transmute. But that's just internally. Oh, excuse me. That's just internally talking about just chakra work in general and how to do it. But you can transmute your energies through. Um, that's the internal work. But you can also transmute your energies through external things like physical exercise, anything that gets your blood moving in circulation, like massage, physical exercise, resistance training, cardio, aerobics, stretching, yoga, all this stuff. Get your blood moving. Like I said, massage, all that stuff. Uh, what else I was gonna say? So that's circulation. Blood circulation is one big one. Another one is deep breathing, because you moving. That's a sense of blood flow too, and moving. But that's you moving your energy, your energetic current, and you see what I'm saying, moving that energy throughout the body. Testy breathing, which you can look that up yourself. It's another form of breathing in Tyo or dial system, where they move that energy out of the sexual organs for men and transmute through the body. What's another one? I mean, there's many different ways. Another one is just mentally, as far as putting yourself in another space, fulfilling other spaces of your life, aka staying busy and not focusing on those other things. A lot of times, put you in other spaces that open up the door for other energy, for you to find better ways to go about transmitting your energy in the first place. But just you being in other spaces and fulfilling other areas of your life is a lot of times already going to help you anyway, because you in a new space now, and then you built more energy from that. You see what I'm saying? But there's many different ways to go about it, but you can find the way that best suits you. Many different ways to transmit your energy. But anyway, moving on. Now, understanding, I'm going to try to do it quick. I'm going to do this quick. Now, solo tantra for cultivation and healing. This is how you do solo tantra for cultivation and healing. This is for men and women. So solo tantra. Tantra is the act of sex, but spiritual sex, aka you doing sex, but it's doing it in more of a, either it could be, it's not all about slow, but a lot of times it could be slow, because y'all trying to feel this energy and control your energies. Is you having sex, but you not focusing on orgasm. A lot of times it may be non-ejaculatory or no orgasm in it, because y'all trying to have internal orgasms and not external orgasms, which can deplete the energy. And when you do internal orgasms and you don't deplete the energy, you do it the tantra way. This can actually refeed your blood cells, your body, feed you internally, physically, mentally, in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? A lot of nutrients get absorbed back to the body and all that. So how you do solo tantra for cultivation and healing for men and women, if you're doing it by yourself, this would be considered like masturbation or like that, right? You would be in a situation where you would stimulate yourself um, to the point where you get to, feeling the need to, you can climax or something like that. I'm not trying to be too descriptive, because I'm not trying to get flagged, but like you would get to that point of the big O, but you would stop before you get to that point, and then now all that energy when you stop is like an internal orgasm. So instead of letting it out, that energy goes back into heal whatever part of the organ of the body you need healing. All the way, it could be the brain, the heart, the gut, the lungs, the throat, the sexual organs themselves. A lot of times that directly stimulates that. You see what I'm saying? And there's different techniques. I'm not gonna get, like I said, too deep in depth in this video, but there's different techniques. The best way I could tell you is to go slow and use less pressure. Once you feel yourself getting out of control, like you having less control of controlling your climax, I would just say I'm gonna call it big O, just for the sake of the video. Less touch, like light touch, and going slower, breathing through it, and not getting too close to the edge, to the principle. You can tamper with it, but once you feel it getting out of control, like one step, you gonna ease back. You see what I'm saying? And then after all, this takes you to other levels of orgasm that can be even more pleasurable once you get the hang of it. But go on your own path and journey with that, because I'm not gonna tell you everything. I just want to give you. I'm just taking you to the water so that you can have a good understanding, right? Because that's important in itself. But anyway. Now, as far as practicing this with a partner for internal and physical healing, you're doing everything that I just said, but you're doing with a partner. Now, there's no reason for me to go back over it, but since you're doing the same thing I just said with a partner, now you will have a sense of to know how to communicate with that person, to let them know what you're doing, to give them a heads up and a pointer of what you're doing, to know like, okay, I'm doing this, and so she could be aware, he could be aware, and then y'all both time each other, y'all both pace each other, feed off of each other's body. If you see this person getting too amped up, you can either tell them to slow them down or match the energy, but y'all need to know and be aware of your own arousal levels on the scale. Um, and that's how you do it with each other. Same thing, it's gonna take a lot more communication, so y'all can both be aware of where y'all at and letting your partner know and taking it easy. You see what I'm saying? And work your way up, because it can be tougher with a partner sometimes than even by yourself, because you can control your own body, but it's harder with another person. So this is about communication and taking your time and letting each other know about what's going on is important. And then lastly is understanding the end goal. The end goal of this is control of your sexual energy, healing of not only your sexual energy, your physical body, your internal, your mental, healing in general. Another one is expanding your chakras and expanding your consciousness. And this is when you get to higher levels. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it's all about. It's about reaching the best state of you or your higher self, jumping into the highest state of yourself, or becoming a better person in the sense of physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually by utilizing this powerful organ energy, which is already a part of you in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, I'm gonna let this go. This video was about Tantra and the overall overview of Tantra for you to have a broad understanding. Like I said, I didn't want to get too deep and too, not vulgar, but what's that word? Too explicit, because I ain't done trying to get, this was just a brief understanding that was enough to take you to the water so you can get your own cup, aka go look and find out about your own. Because here's the thing, everybody got their own path in it anyway. See, one path ain't just for anybody, so I'd rather bring everybody to the water, they can get their own cup, and then their spirit didn't done the path that they need to in the first place. Anyway, which they're going to end up doing anyway, but you see what I'm saying? So that's how that play out, man. And with that being said, much love, man. See y'all later. Peace.